Hi, Sidney. So
Hi.
how do you feel being here in Rimouski today?
It's fun. It's hard to believe it's been 15 years. You know, a lot of memories, a lot of stories here the last, since I've been here for the last hour. But just leading up to it, I think you start to reflect a little bit, and it was obviously a great time in my life, and it's great to see so many familiar faces here tonight.
When you do reflect and think back, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Rimouski?
Just how much I loved it here. I think, whether it was my teammates, people within the organization, the city itself and the people here, I think it just, right from the start, it was just somewhere I loved to be and was so happy to be here for 2 years. And not only as a hockey player, but just, spending time off the ice around here. And, whether it's billets or the people you meet through the team, all those friendships and relationships that I made were still ones to this day that I still have. So it means a lot.
What importance these three for you?
It's more just to be able to share with everyone. Obviously, it's a huge honor to have your number retired, but I think it's just an opportunity to be able to share that with so many people who helped me, and we're such a big part of that, especially in my time here.
Your 2 years with Oceanic close with the President Cup in Halifax. I was there.
Yeah.
How that even played for you for your career after that?
Yeah, it was a really important learning experience. I mean, I remember the year before we lost to Moncton when I was 16, and I remember being pretty upset about that. We had high expectations, and I think we were all pretty motivated that next year. And we had a coaching change, and it didn't start off really great. And we found a way to right the ship in the second half, and winning the President's Cup and then losing in the Memorial Cup final. Even that, you got to learn from those two, and all those little steps you take along the way are things that you learn from, and that was the case with with the President's Cup as well.
Do you remember your first ever contact with the organization? The first time someone from the organization came to you and your family to say, hey, maybe we're going to finish last, maybe we're going to have the first pick, and maybe we're going to pick you?
Specifically, I remember meeting the coaches, and I think it was after my season at Shattuck, and I had already kind of thought that I was going to, go the major junior route. So it was Rimouski got the first pick. I remember following it when I was in Minnesota, though. That was kind of my first memories, following Drummondville and Rimouski. They had, they were going to be either the first and second pick. So not knowing a lot about it, but I knew Brad Richards and Vinny Lecavalier played here. So I remember talking to Brad about it here and that kind of thing. I knew him from growing up in the Maritimes. So yeah, a lot of different things come to mind, but the second I step foot here, this is where I want it to be.
And you were wide open to that, even coming from the Maritimes, not speak French, and you were afraid of coming in?
No, I mean, for whatever reason, I think, leading up to that, I don't think it was something that I really thought about a whole lot. I knew that it was a great organization. Obviously, the language was going to be a bit of a challenge, but the guys who had come here in the past had nothing but great things to say about it, and I was okay with learning French. That was fine with me, and so happy that that I ended up coming here and had the experience I did.
Last one for me, please, Mike. Can you tell us why you wanted at first to wait after your career to receive this honor, and what makes you change your mind? We heard that you wanted to wait a little bit more.
It's just, sometimes it just didn't work out schedule-wise. It was as easy as that. And then, it was kind of thrown around the last couple of years. And I think when Donald came back and Frankie St. Pierre's here now, it's nice to be able to share with people that you spent time here with. And, people's careers take them different places. But the way it worked out that they're back here and to be able to share with them, to have all the people that are here today and for it to work out that they can all be here. I mean, that's a major reason why, because it's nice to have it done, but you want to be able to share with all those people, and it's worked out really well this way.
We all remember the goal you scored against Quebec City, Quebec Ramparts. Is it a highlight of your career here? Or?
I don't know. I mean, I remember the home opener here. I remember against Moncton. That was a pretty memorable game. Thinking back to just the crowd and things like that. But I had so many great memories here, both on the ice and off the ice. Just the guys that I still keep in touch with to this day. Some great friends and that kind of thing. But there were so many memories on the ice, and it's fun. I mean, the game's changed a little bit since then. But just all those feelings, being 16 years old and seeing 3 and 4 fights and first couple shifts of the game. I mean, that's eye-opening. That stays with you for a while, and it's definitely changed a little bit since then. But all those feelings and emotions, I think you remember that kind of stuff.
How did you deal with the pressure of being known as the first overall pick in the NHL? How did you deal with this pressure during your time here in Rimouski?
I don't know. I think I give a lot of credit to the guys on the team. They kept things as normal as possible, and the older guys were great. I mean, it would have been easy. With a young guy coming in with all this attention, it's probably not the easiest thing to deal with. And I think they were so great about it. The coaching staff and the whole organization took really good care of me and tried to insulate me as best they could. Some crazy crowds sometimes at the rinks, and obviously there was a lockout too during that time. So, hockey was not being shown in many places. People were coming to a lot of junior games, and so I think that kind of helped prepare me in a way. I mean, with everything kind of be elevated because of that.
Have you had a chance to meet Alexis Lafreniere yet, and have you followed his career and steps a little bit more closely, maybe because he is playing here?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had the chance to meet him. I'm sure tonight I'll get an opportunity at some point, and I've definitely followed him. I still try to keep a close eye on the team, obviously with Donald Dufresne, their coach here. We're friends and we keep in touch, and I'm always pulling for him. Our trainer, Frank St. Pierre, he's here as well. So I've always kind of kept tabs on the team a little bit. It'll be a little bit easier now with those guys here, but I'd love to meet him. I know that there's probably a lot going through his mind right now and the expectations and things like that, but I feel like I can relate to that a bit and hopefully can help him out.
Biggest
There's a lot
advice
of
you can
people
tell
say,
him? Biggest advice you can tell him?
Just have fun with it. I mean, they're talking about him for a reason, and he's done so much and proven so much already. He's going to look back at this time in his life with great memories, and there's pressure and expectation, that kind of thing, but just stay on the same path and have fun with this, because it's just a great time in your life.
I heard a lot of story about you this week, that you were superstitious, you like to be first. How have you changed since being here? Are you still superstitious?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think much has changed. If those are the stories, they're true. Yeah.
After 25 years is the last season for Michel Germain. Talk to me about the importance of this thing for you.
Yeah, his voice. I mean, that's what sticks out to me. I mean, I remember my parents listening to the games on the radio, and he just, when you think of the team, it's hard not to think of his voice and him calling games, and he'd have the English call once in a while to keep everyone updated in the Maritimes. So that was always nice of him, and he was just so great. The energy and the passion he brought for the game every day. With the travel and things like that, I think I always loved talking hockey. Anybody who knows me, and he's a guy that could do that all day long. So we got along great.
after Rimouski did over Pittsburgh, and in Pittsburgh you start by staying at the Mario Lemieux family.
Mhm.
How important that helped you to let go your career?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, early on, there's so many things that are new, and there's so much pressure and expectation. I think, when you're able to live with another player, in this case, it's Mario Lemieux, someone who's been through so much, experienced everything that I'd be going through at that point. It really helps you prepare, and I can remember asking 1,000 questions and him being pretty gracious, answering them all. But just to have that confidence and know you have someone by your side that can look out for you and handle all those little things you'd never think of before you get in the league, it makes a huge difference. And allows you to feel confident and adapt and be better to start.
You practice French for tonight?
Not much. It's pretty rusty right now. Yeah. I mean, the good thing is I still understand most of it. So if any of my teammates are talking about me, I know. But you know, I've tried to keep it as best I can, and we've had a lot of French guys over the years, so it's been a little bit easier that way. But as far as speaking, it's definitely rusty. Yeah.
Do you expect you're gonna be emotional in the
Yeah.
ceremony?
I would think. I mean, just coming in and seeing the rink, it's changed a little bit, but not that much, and I kind of like that. It's got a special feel here, and I would expect to be pretty emotional. Yeah.
The reaction that you had when you brought the Stanley Cup here
Yeah.
2 years ago, let you know that tonight the span's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I know. I had the sunglasses on then too, so I could hide it all. But it's not the case tonight. So.
When you came in that room about an hour ago, I saw you when you went to talk with Mr. Tanguay and his wife, how much they were important for you and how much you were happy to see them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you talk about an organization, I mean, it starts from the top, and he was someone, you know, who just instilled so many great things about this whole organization, and gave me the confidence coming in here. Treated us so well, not only as hockey players, but just as people. And I think you could tell that right through the organization. He's so respected, such a gracious man, and yeah, I just happy that he can be here to share this with me. He's a big reason why I came here, and both him and his wife. So it's great to have him here, and I'm really happy to, like I said, to share with everyone. But it's great to have him here.
What is the best thing that you can have from Rimouski and follow you all the 15 last year?
I'd say the friendships. Yeah, I mean, you don't know when you're in junior that, you know, those friendships are going to stay, and they have. So, yeah, I think just those memories and then those friendships, reliving them when you come in, you know, on a day like this. That's what it's all about.
Do you feel that the people from Rimouski have always been loyal to you?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no doubt about that. You know, I think I've always felt support from here, from the day I got here. So I'm not reading all the articles, or I don't really know what's going on all the time, but I like to think they've been unbelievable to me. You know, I owe them a lot for a great 2 years here.
I think you said 3 or 4 times a first-class organization. So a first-class organization, what do you expect from the ceremony tonight?
Exactly that. I mean, try not to, you know, have too high expectations. I think just being here is enough, but I'm sure they'll go above and beyond of whatever is necessary, as they usually do. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just thrilled to be here and to be able to share it with everyone. But if we're talking about it, I would say it's going to be a pretty nice ceremony.
Maybe a last question.
Who is here with you today for sharing this? Your
Parents, yeah, parents, sister, girlfriend, our strength coach from Pittsburgh, Andy O'Brien, who spent some time doing some strength stuff with the team here then. Mike Chason, who played here shortly after me, who I grew up with. Yeah, there's a I could go on and on. Some former guys I played with. So it's a long list, but it's great that we can all have this.
Very thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.